Welcome to Wall Street Mojo. To know about this video forward integration, watch the video till the end. And also, if you are new to this channel, then you can subscribe us by clicking the bell icon below. Okay, let's begin with the forward integration. This concept is more related to mergers and acquisitions. When there are different type of mergers and acquisitions that are taking place, some they go with the forward integration, some go with the backward integration, but what exactly this is? Okay, we'll try and learn this. Over here it's written Amazon is making a big bet on physical stores and the business of the food, and they also have the online retail giant has announced on Friday that they're buying the organic grocery chain and the whole food market for around 13.7 billion in cash. So the deal values the whole food at $42 a share and 27% higher than where the stock was actually trading on Thursday. No issues. Let's begin with this topic. First, I'll take you down to what is the forward integration. Well, see, a company can decide to expand its business activities to include, control of direct distribution of the supply of the company's products. So these kind of business strategy is also known as the forward integration. Now, in practice, companies can opt for forward or backward integration to gain the competitive advantage over the competitors. These help a company to extend its reach in the market. They are helping basically to get the control or to control the demand side. On the contrary, on the backward integration, if you see, it helps the company to get the control on the supply side. So it's something like this. Let's say manufacturing, that is, the place where the product is getting developed. Here, let's say this is factory. Okay. Then there are wholesalers, right? Then there is another supply chain here. And then there is a retail. Okay. Now let's say you are standing at this position. So if you go back here, then it's a backward integration. But if you're going ahead, if the wholesale is acquiring the supplier or the supplier is acquiring the retailer, then in that scenario, or probably let's take this vice versa the case here, this way, can be possible. So in this scenario also, if he's going back, backward integration. If going front, then forward integration. So this is how the concept basically works. The name itself is coming from that end. See, in general, an industry is made up of 5 steps in supply chain, which are raw material. Then there is intermediate goods, which is called as IG. Then they have manufacturing. Then marketing, sales, and after sales services. Now, if a company plans to implement the forward integration, it has to move forward in the supply chain. Here, they have to move forward. And while it is still, it maintains the control of the initial place. So these integrations is done in order to achieve a greater economies of scale. Now, higher market share or greater control should be there over the distribution. By removing the third parties, the company has the ownership of the distribution process and thus, having a greater control over the flow of the products. Now, second, how the forward integration exactly works. Let's take an example here to make you understand. Let's say there's a company called Intel, right? And we all know what Intel does. The chip which they prepare that goes inside a computer based on which that's what we call as the Intel Inside Core i5 processor, i3 processor, i7 processor, and so on and so forth. And then the Dell company who basically manufactures the laptops and they sell it. And then there is a marketing, and then there is a marketing company here. That is the marketing agencies. So when you move from Intel to Dell, what exactly that is? I'll just make it over here. When you move from here to here, it's your forward integration. When you move from Dell to marketing agencies, it is your forward integration. But when you move from marketing agencies to Dell, that's the backward integration. Same goes with Dell to Intel. So if you see the forward integration example, the company Intel over here It supplies the company Dell with the processor, which are the intermediate goods, which are then placed within the Dell's hardware. So if Intel decided to move forward in the supply chain, it may think of the mergers of acquisition of Dell in order to own the manufacturing portion of the industry. And again, if the Dell wants to implement the forward integration, it can think of taking control of the marketing agency that the company previously used to market it and end product. But Dell cannot take over Intel if it plans to integrate forward, because only a backward integration allows a movement up the supply chain. Now, if Intel basically decides to follow them, then in the long run, it can operate as what we call as monopoly. And in that particular scenario, it can dominate the market by being in control of both the raw material and the finished products. Okay, now the third thing, when to follow the forward integration, when to follow this. See, when the existing distributor as well as the retailers, they are expensive, the existing ones, and they're not able to match up the distribution needs of the company. Second, when there is an absence of quality, okay, the quality distributors, right? That quality distributors in the market, which helps the company in gaining the competitive edge over the competitors. And when the company has adequate manpower, okay, when they have adequate manpower like human resources as well as like financial advantage to meet the expenses of the distribution channel. And when the company has very good production facility, and the company has good production facility to satisfy the demand of the customers, then the forward integration in this case will help in strengthening the organization's value chain from production to sales and support of the products. Now, when the existing retailers and the distributors, they have higher profit margins, which increases the cost of the product, and that leads to higher price of the product. So with the help of these kind of integrations, the company can they can reduce down the costs. They can reduce down the cost of the company of the distributions, and hence the product price will lower, and thus the sales will surely increase or will shoot up. Well, I want to take an example here to make you understand. We'll take an example of Amazon here. Amazon's forward integration example of the wholesale food that we just discussed at the very beginning when we started this topic. See, Amazon's purchase of the whole food is one of the highest profile example, okay, of the forward integration strategy in the current years. Amazon basically publishes books itself, as well as it provides a publishing platforms for independent writers. It also has its own what we call as transportation, that is Amazon Transportation Services, ATS it is known as, and distribute, which is forward and backward integration towards supplier, because Amazon directly delivers to the end users. And the whole food acquisition is basically an example of the forward integration strategy, which serves as a brick and the mortar of the whole food outlets for Amazon. And the whole food outlets acts as a places to sell its products during the course and have the customers pick them up at their convenience level. So this were a couple of the examples that you should have understand. There are some of the advantages that I want to take you through this. See, what you get as an advantage thing is that you get low cost due to elimination of market, reduction of the transportation cost. There is a proper coordination of supply chain, as there is a synchronized supply and demand, and there is a bigger market share. Okay, there is strategic independence, better opportunity of investment growth, and it creates an entry for a barrier for the potential competitors. Then we have the disadvantages. Now, disadvantages is that it leads to higher cost if new activities are not managed properly, it may lead to lower quality of products and reduced efficiency due to lack of competition. There is a increased bureaucracy and high investment that may lead to lesser flexibility. The possibility of monopoly that may arise, and organization structure may become rigid due to shortcoming of the implementation. So that's it for this particular topic. If you have learned and enjoyed watching this, please like and comment on this video and subscribe to our channel for the latest updates. Thank you everyone. Cheers.